friends. Today we're going to be making Planet Hollywood's Captain Crunch chicken. So it sounds delicious. I've never had it, but I'm really excited to try it. The only difference is I'm going to be putting mine in the air fryer instead of deep frying it. So I'll give you my honest opinion after I make it. And instead of the cornflakes, I'm going to be substituting a little bit of the cornflakes for some bran flakes, because that's what I had on hand. So let me get started with the ingredients and I'll show you how we make it. So I actually am only going to use a couple of chicken breasts that I have. I've thawed these out and I've decided to kind of cut them into strips for dipping. They do serve this dish with a dipping sauce. It's a Creole Mustard Sauce. So I think we're going to try to make it just like Planet Hollywood does. So all I'm going to do is cut these strips into, this one's going to be a little shorter than the other two, but anyway, I'm going to get about 6 or 7 little chicken strips out of this, and I'll show you the next step. So what we're going to do first is take our seasonings, our garlic, onion, and pepper, and we're just going to add those to the flour mixture and just stir those up a little bit. You just want to mix up the ingredients because this is going to be part of your coating mix. So this reminds me of kind of a shake and bake. I've taken my Captain Crunch and my bran flakes and kind of put those in one bag. What I'm going to do first is take a piece of chicken and I'm going to kind of dunk it in the flour. And I've already mixed up my egg and milk, but all I'm going to do here is just take my chicken that's been put in the flour, put it in the egg, and then I'm just going to dip it in the Captain Crunch. I'm going to give it a little shake. And this is how it looks. Looks good already. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these. I'll do another one for you real quick. We're going to put it in the seasoned flour. And from there, we're going to put it in our egg mixture. And then we're just going to throw it in the Captain Crunch. Give it a little shake. And then when I put it in my air fryer, it's actually going to have, I've used some liberal amount of spray coating to put on it. And I'm just going to put that right down, right there on top. So even for this small amount of chicken, I actually had to make a second little bowl of this Captain Crunch. This actually holds 1 cup, but it took both of them to make this. So I'm going to put this in my air fryer at 450 degrees for 12 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them over and look at how long I'll need to put the rest of them in. So I've decided that I want to serve this with some Brussels sprouts. I'm going to go ahead and cut the ends off and clean these, and I'll show you how I'm going to cook them. So I decided just to boil these up. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in them, and that's all I'm going to do. I have to say, this actually smells, it smells amazing. So all I'm going to do is turn this chicken over like so. And I saved a little bit of my Captain Crunch in case some of this fell off while I was turning it. Oh, it smells so good. And I will probably put a little bit more on the top of these chickens. But you can see this is really easy. It doesn't stick to the pan. It's just super, super, super aromatic, I guess you would call it. So I am gonna just take, I've only got a little handful left of this. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it on some of the areas that are showing a little bit of the chicken, just so that it's got lots of the cereal on it. Well, not lots, but it's got enough that it's all even. Like so. That's about as easy as it gets. I love using the air fryer. You get that same really good, crunchy, you know, fried chicken taste without all the fat. So because I did add a little bit more of the Captain Crunch, I'm just gonna give it a quick little spray with my spray, and I'm gonna put it in for another 12 minutes, and then we'll check it. So to this Creole sauce, it's called a Creole Mustard Sauce. Again, I did half of the recipe for this because it's just me tonight fixing this chicken. But the recipe calls for 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 of a cup of either Creole mustard or Dijon mustard. I didn't have Creole mustard, but I did have Dijon. Also, 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard, 1 teaspoon of horseradish, and then it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of cider vinegar and also a teaspoon of water. And it calls for 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar and a dash of Worcestershire sauce. And I also have 1/2 teaspoon, there's a lot of stuff in here, but it's 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of green onion sliced in pieces, crushed garlic, 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of green pepper, which I didn't have any green peppers, but I did have some of my Jimmy Nardello red peppers, so I used those, a teaspoon of finely chopped celery, and 1 teaspoon of finely chopped onion. So all you're gonna do to make your sauce is just mix these items together. So I'm gonna throw these in the bowl. And my chicken sounds like it's done. I'm gonna add my water and my vinegar. Now again, I didn't have red wine vinegar either, but I did have the seasoned rice vinegar, which I think is always really good. I'm gonna add my horseradish, my mustards, put those in. And then all the rest of my ingredients, I'm just gonna throw those in. So this looks really good. It's supposed to be a very good sauce to fix kind of spicy, kind of, you know, vinegary. I think it's gonna have a really good flavor. So I'm gonna sample all of it for you as soon as I have my Brussels sprouts ready. My chicken is almost ready. And that's all there is to it. Let me clean everything up. I'm gonna plate up my lunch. It's kind of a lunch dinner, and I'll show you how it looks. Well, this is my chicken Brussels sprouts. I actually put a few carrots on here and this dipping sauce. I haven't tried any of it. I thought I would try it for you to see how it really is. So this is the chicken. I'm gonna just dip it in the sauce. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the best chicken I've ever had. It's delicious. I'm so happy I have some extras for another time. But the sauce is good. Oh my gosh, it's got a little bit of kick to it from the cayenne, the mustard, the vinegar. It's delicious. Oh. That is the bomb. Now I have to go to Planet Hollywood so I can see whose is better. But this is so good. You have to try this. This chicken is out of this world. And the sauce, Don't pass up the sauce. It is really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a try. If you are not currently a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Ring the bell, do all of it. I appreciate everything that you do. I'm gonna eat my lunch and I hope that you'll try this. I'm gonna post the recipe in the notes below. It is good. So have a great day. Bye-bye.